We are going to kick off our Advent tonight. Like we said, this is just going to be kind of a quick overview to get us started. And I think Pastor Jason has some fun questions that he and I are going to go back and forth with. And you guys can chime in, comment, and talk with us as we're going through this. So it's not just a one-sided thing. So welcome. And here we go.
All right. And we have our manger scene as well, accompanying us. But just a couple quick questions just to get us started. What's your least favorite item on your Christmas to-do list? I can tell you what mine is.
Anything Christmas?
No, just putting up the decorations.
Yeah. Well, people are going to hate me probably for this, but I don't really like the shopping part. Trying to make sure I have everybody's stuff and checking off the list and making sure we've bought everything and then worried that I forgot something. That's probably my least favorite. So y'all feel free to chime in what your least favorite thing on your Christmas to-do list is. And if you love it all and there's nothing you like, well, woohoo, you can put that on there too.
And you can come over and help us out.
Yeah, that works. That works. Absolutely. All right. So I like this one. All right. Oh, I know you know my answer.
Yeah, I know.
He knows my answer. Would you rather have 3 feet of snow for Christmas or no snow at all?
Since growing up, I had mountains of snow. I do not mind and I do not miss not having snow at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I want 3 feet. Everyone's safe, everyone in their warm homes. But yes, 3 feet of snow to be all snowed in with your hot chocolate, your coffee, your movies, and your electricity and your heat.
Well, yeah, you'd like the snow as long as it doesn't lay on the roads and stuff like that, so everybody can get around because that's normal.
Yes. In my world, it is absolutely.
If someone offered you a gift card to any store you wanted, which one would you choose?
Well, am I answering this as a mature adult or as a kid?
Both. Okay.
As a mature adult, probably the grocery store where I could get the most food because the prices are crazy. For fun, how do I pick one store?
You can do a 1A and 1B because I think I know where you're going with it.
I don't know. It's hard. Well, Walmart because they have a little bit of everything. But then if it was a specific item, probably a candle store. I won't throw out names in case we're not supposed to throw out names. But I love a certain kind of candle from a couple of different stores, actually. So that would probably be my struggle is choosing between some candle stores.
Yeah, and being a Yankee myself, I think I understand which store you're talking
about. And I already know, can I guess what your gift card would be?
Go ahead.
It would be an online store, and it has, I think, 5 letters, and it says logos.
Yes. That's all I need.
A pastor's dream.
Yes, it is. So, but anyways, let us know what's your favorite. If you got a gift card to any store you wanted, what would be the one that you would hope to get? Let's just read John 1 through 18 as we get started.
Sure, let's go.
And continue on the Advent theme. And this is from the CSB translation. It says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were created through him, and apart from him, not one thing was created that has been created. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. That light shines in the darkness, and yet the darkness did not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify about the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but he came to testify about the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was created through him, and yet the world did not recognize him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, he gave them the right to be children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of natural descent, nor of the will of the flesh, or of the will of man, but of God. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We observed his glory, the glory as the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John testified concerning him and exclaimed, "This is the one of whom I said, The one coming after me ranks ahead of me because he existed before me. Indeed, we have all received grace upon grace from his fullness. For the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the one and only Son, who is himself God and is at the Father's side. He has revealed him.
So, as we're reading the scripture and as we're jumping into this season, the word Advent. Did you grow up celebrating Advent? You guys out there? I'll go first. I absolutely, I'll be honest, I thought Advent was some liturgical event that like churches that weren't really Bible believing churches did Advent for like the wrong reasons, you know, kind of like some other things that some other people do that we don't do. I thought it was just ritual. We have to do this, and I thought, well, it must be something not Christ-like. And then as I'm getting older, and we get pastor friends, and we're going into the full-time ministry, and I hear pastor friends talking about how they're going to do Advent, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, I know who you are. You're legit. Like, what is this? And then that's when I realized, okay, it is more of a liturgical essence, I guess. But it doesn't have to be. You can make it what you want. But I think it's kind of a nice way to refocus on the purpose of Christmas. Yes, we celebrate the Savior's birth all year long. We need to, because if he didn't come, we'd all be in trouble. Mm-hmm. But I love how Advent's a refocus. So my favorite part, I guess, about learning what Advent is just knowing that we can refocus on a few themes, a few specific themes this time of year.
Yeah, I don't think growing up we celebrated Advent either. And I mainly heard about it through other people, saw books in stores, maybe saw some things on TV, but we really didn't do anything or celebrate it. And as I got older and started looking at it, it reminds me of when you were little and you were looking forward to your birthday and asking for certain gifts and hoping that you could get the gift that you wanted and unwrapping it and looking forward and anticipating that day coming, or even as looking forward to Christmas. I think as adults we tend to get out of that mindset.
Hey, no, I don't. I love Christmas.
Well, yeah, we won't go down that road.
Yeah, I know.
But I think this helps us to, as adults, we tend to lose the anticipation.
Oh, yeah,
or
absolutely.
the excitement of looking forward for Christmas. Again, it's fun to see the kids open up their gifts and get all excited, but as adults, it kind of wanes a little bit.
It does. It really does. And as adults, I think we need to be teaching the next generation, our kids, whether it's our spiritual kids, biological kids, people are, the true meaning of Christmas. Yes, Jesus, absolutely. But what about him? Yeah. You know, they just see him in a manger, and that's true, obviously. But there is so much more, and that's a good point. I think Advent, which leads us into kind of what we're about to talk about here, the word Advent meaning arrival or coming. Yeah. And I'll let you go further with that. I think it's important to not stop there. I think Advent helps us maybe reemphasize it's not just that he was born in a manger. There's so much more.
Yeah, it helps us to refocus and to build that anticipation of, it's actually two aspects. It's looking forward to his second coming, because we know he's going to come again. Yep. And also his first coming, when he was born and laid in that manger. And so it helps us to refocus. I heard it all growing up, and I think I'm learning more on how much truer it is even now that we need to keep Christ in Christmas. And I think this is one of the best ways to do that, is by celebrating or observing Advent.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not right or it's not wrong. If you stick to Scripture, there is no wrong.
No.
We've noticed some people do the words different. Like, we'll get to that later on in the next few weeks, but they're in different order. And I'm not so sure the order matters of the words or the theme as much as the order of what happened. Matters. And I think very good. This definitely, and to focus on the second coming, focus on the fact that the hope isn't just a baby in a manger. That's where it started in essence, but there's so much more. And the first 2 weeks of Advent, Pastor Jason, tell us how we're going to do it. What are our first 2 weeks starting this coming Sunday? What will we be doing?
Well, the first 2 weeks we're going to reflect on the second coming. So we're going to be this coming week, Pastor Jordan is actually going to be opening this up. I'm really excited. He does a fantastic job.
Yes, he does. I think everybody gets a little excited when the youngin gets up there to preach.
Yeah, I just have to be careful because I think he's going to be taking my spot.
Is he trying to preach you out of a job?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's going to be unpacking the theme of hope and what that means as far as our Advent season. So we're gonna be focusing on hope this coming season, and each Wednesday we're going to be talking about the topic. So next Wednesday, we're going to talk about a little bit of what Pastor Jordan spoke on with hope, and then we're also going to maybe give some questions as far as how does this apply to us? Are we doing it this week?
Nice. So maybe if you are a note taker or if you're not taking Sunday, this would be a good time to maybe start taking notes so we can discuss it Wednesdays, what you're saying. So we're kind of going to meet here on Wednesdays to discuss the previous Sunday's sermon and talk about how we can apply it for the rest of the week, and maybe how we've already applied it, or what challenges, or maybe something that we heard that we didn't really think of before.
Yeah, and honestly, for accountability, because we may have a challenge on Sunday to say, hey, this week, let's do this. And we may check in with each other and say, hey, how are we doing on this?
Yeah. And I think there's a couple ways. We did start our Bible study group, which I know we're not meeting on Wednesdays in person for that Bible study, but we can, if there's something you want to reach out with, hit that group up. If you're not a part of it, let me know. I can get you in there. Also on this video, if it's something that comes later, go back to this video and put your comments there. That way we're all kind of sticking together and questions. Obviously, if there's like a really personal reflection, definitely do that through a message. But I think accountability and just all of us discussing this together would be great. So if you've got things that you want to bring to the table, per se, throw it out there and we'll all we'll discuss. And being that technically, we'll tell you a secret, this is pre-recorded. So as you're watching this, and we're setting it to go on at 6:30 on a Wednesday, we're actually going to be watching this with you. So Pastor Jason, myself, we, hopefully Pastor Jordan as well, we can actually be there to comment with you as we're going through this, because this is not a one-sided thing. We're really here to do this together, to stretch each other. And I'm sure all of us, our family, the pastoral leadership, we're going to get challenged too. This is not just for the Gap congregation. This is for the Gap as a whole. And we're really, really excited.
Yeah. So, as we're going to be doing this every Wednesday, thinking about what's coming up this coming Sunday with Pastor Jordan talking about hope, I think in getting our mindset started and starting to anticipate, okay, what does hope mean?
It's good.
How do we apply hope in this Advent season? I mean, what does hope mean to us?
Yeah, what's it mean to you? What's hope? Think of it in the comments. Something that you hope for. Maybe not just you're spiritually. Maybe something you're hoping for physically, in material. It can go so many ways. And then, of course, we know the ultimate hope, our hope in Jesus Christ, which all those other things,
which I think
are non-existent without.
I think Pastor Jordan.
Oh yeah, he's going to hit on
that.
Absolutely,
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he'll walk us through with that. But I mean, it's good. It's going to be exciting. And can I just be honest?
Well, I hope you're always honest.
This is the first time we've done this, so this is going to be an interesting journey for us as well.
Yes,
because we haven't done this either. So I'm excited about what we learn as we go through Advent, and hopefully our anticipation for Christmas and Christ's second coming gets fanned. The flame gets fanned.
Back absolutely.
And I'm excited about what's going to happen.
Yeah, and have patience with us. All of this, the video, the editing, the content. We are throwing this out there, walking in faith as we do all of this.
Yeah.
So any typos or issues with sound or anything like that, let us know. Absolutely. In a loving way, just be like, yo, we can't hear this, or we're not seeing this well, or please let us know. We're all about growth in every way, spiritually, mentally, in this, as we're walking this out, all this stuff that we're learning. We know God gives us these things so we can use them for his glory. And that's what we're going to try to do. So things you got, shoot it at us. Not a problem at all. We'll listen.
Anyways, we're hoping to be here. We're excited about this journey that we're going to be taking together. And like I say every Sunday, I hope that you come expecting God to do the unexpected.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we will see you guys Sunday, and feel free to comment and keep the conversation going. Have a good night.
Bye.